Hey guys, Justin on Cars here and welcome back to the channel guys. Today we have the Chery Tiggo 4 Pro, the affordable family SUV. Do you guys remember when this happened? But don't worry guys, Chery has been around since 1997. They came to South Africa in 2008. Yes, they left South Africa in 2018, but they came back again in 2021, but with a massive bang. Guys, there's over 9.5 million users or owners around the globe, over 80 countries in the whole world. So yes, with this incident, let's say for instance it was 10,000 cars that they had to recall with this incident, that's only 0.1% of every vehicle that's out there in the world. So that's really nothing guys. Obviously you know how it works. If something works, people will always try and bash it, so don't you stress about it, because they really focus on these vehicles. Chery focus mainly on engine technology, the platform, as well as the safety of the occupant. So yes guys, let's quickly run through this vehicle and show you why you should buy a Chery Tiggo 4 Pro. Before we get into this video, remember to like, subscribe and share with your friends guys. Hit that notification bell so you can also be notified on new uploads weekly. With the Chery Tiggo 4 Pro, you get a few different derivatives. So you get the standard, or actually your light, you get your urban, your comfort, and then this top of the range elite. They all look exactly the same from the outside. You only get 6 different colors. They don't really have funny or funky color names. It's literally, this is gray, you get a red, a blue, a white, and I think the most funky color you get there is sand, which will most probably be the brownish sort of color. So no tanzanite or anything like that. It's just white, gray or blue or red. So in any case, like I said, they all look exactly the same. With your elite upwards, you also get your LED light. So I think they call it here, let's say LED tech, that's what they call it. But you get auto headlights throughout the ranges. So your urban and comfort and light will, and also your elite manual will have halogen lights, and then you get your LED from the elite CVT, the elite SE and the elite DCT. All of them have LED daytime driving lights. You also get your fog lights over here. Love the bumper design. This really looks aggressive. With the chrome inserts, it gives this car a classy feel to it, and I like the fact that it's got this massive grille. Remember when you guys got angry with BMW with their massive grilles? All of the cars are doing it these days. You can see it is a huge grille, but it gives that aggressive look when you're driving on the road. Let's move to the side over here. Standard on your urban, light and your comfort, you will get 16-inch wheels, and then with your elite upwards you will get the 17-inch alloy wheel. Comfort access or keyless entry and keyless go, standard on all the vehicles. So that will mean if I have my key in my pocket, I can physically just put my hand inside the handle and open up the vehicle. It will unlock by itself, or if I press over here it will lock the vehicle, but only on the driver's side. Let me quickly show you guys. Let's quickly move around to the driver's side. This is the elite, so as soon as I move away from the vehicle or move toward it, it will also sense the key and then unlock by itself. So standing here, as soon as I press over here, let's press, there the vehicle locks. Let me put my hand in quickly. There you can see the vehicle unlocks. So let's open the door and voila. With your elite SE and your elite DCT, you get the full 360 surround view camera as well. So you'll see you get your 2 cameras on the sides, on the mirrors, you get a camera in front, and of course a rear view camera. Rear view camera is standard from your comfort upwards. Otherwise you do not get a camera, but you do get rear PDC as a standard all through all the ranges. So rear PDC, let's go to the rear, let me show you guys. Rear PDC is your park distance control, so that will beep as soon as you obviously get closer to the wall, and that's a standard from the light or even the urban upwards. And as you go along, obviously you get front PDC and then your 360 surround camera. Guys, how beautiful is this view here by Table Mountain, eh? Like this car really, this is an urban machine, so it really suits well with everything that's happening around here. A little bit of city life, a little bit of mountain life, and then obviously we're going to take it to the beach now. A little bit of city, a little bit of urban, a little bit of mountain. It's just a well-rounded car. In my opinion, this is the type of vehicle that you would buy for your wife, your baby mama, your girlfriend, your scallopy, but you didn't hear that from me, guys. The reason I'm saying that is it is a small yet big and very spacious commuter. So for every day, in and out the city, in and out of town, taking kids to school and back, going to the office and back, seeing clients, it's a very well-rounded vehicle. So not just for baby mama or your scallopy, you can also, as a man or as a husband or as a guy, you can also have this vehicle as a daily commute. So let me show you the space inside the boot. 340 liters as a standard, and then when you push these seats flat down, it's got a 60-40 split. You get up to 1,930 liters of boot space. If I lift this up over here, you get your Maury Biscuit spare wheel, so that's also nice and handy. And remember guys, never put your Maury Biscuit on the front wheels, always on the rear wheels, otherwise you're gonna have some issues with your insurance. But I like the fact with the Maury Biscuit, it doesn't take a lot of space, so you still get this massive boot space. You can see if I jump in here, I can literally hide or sleep in the boot when you go a long distance. So you can actually have that extra friend if you want to sneak him into a party or into an event. You can have that friend sitting here in the boot, or even that extra guest you want to sneak into the hotel. But like I say, you didn't hear these things from me, guys. I'm just a car guy, hey? It's not stuff that I used to do when I was younger. If you think this vehicle looks amazing over here, just have a look at this. Even here at the ocean. Let's jump into the car and see what it's all about on the inside. Let's start at the back first. So this is my first time sitting at the back of the Chery Tiggo 4 Pro. I feel this is a bit loose. Let me just click it in. There we go, clicked in. Right off the bat, I can tell you that there's a lot of space here at the back, even more than the Amarok that I actually reviewed last week. So you can see this is my driving position. There's lots of leg room over here, lots of headroom. I like the fact that they actually push this. This is a bit lower over here for the sunroof to actually move into, but there's a big bulge over here, so there's a lot of space for my head. Just excuse my hair, guys. We've been outside the whole day, and this is Cape Town, and this is what Cape Town hair looks like. Not really much happening at the back here. Obviously standard, you get ISOFIX, so if you're traveling around with your children or younger kids, you can securely fix them into the ISOFIX over here. I like these leather seats. Yes guys, it is artificial leather, but very, very comfortable seat. So it's nice and wide, it goes in quite deep, and it's a soft seat. You can see it's very soft and plush. That is a bonus. So long distance driving, you're not going to have a bend back or a bochel like we would say in Afrikaans. So you get a USB port at the back here, you get a nice cubby over there for your cell phone. I think you can fit your cell phone in there. Let's quickly have a look. Yeah, fits in properly. And then you have some air vents at the back as well, so it's nice because you've got a dual zone climate control, and you can have, depending on whatever is set in front, you will also have an air vent at the back here just to keep you nice and cool or nice and warm. Extra storage space just behind the seat, goes in quite deep and also very sturdy. So after 5 years, it's not going to look like the car is old and saggy after a few years. I like it when it's sturdy like that. I love the finishing touches on the door handle. We'll actually show you when we come around the corner, but this looks quite nice. It's got that wood feel to it, but it is plastic. There's hard plastic over here, but everywhere where you need to touch and actually put your elbow on is a soft touch. So very sturdy. Look at that, it's a very sturdy car. That's what I like about this Chery Tiggo. It's an affordable SUV, but you get a lot of bang for your buck. It's really a sturdy vehicle. LED lights at the back as well, so reading lights, you just pop that on. It seems like it's actually directed to the person where he's sitting or she's sitting, so when you want to read a book, it just makes life a lot easier. Then if you open this over here, some cup holders in the middle, and then also a nice armrest for you when you're traveling long distance. You can see I'm sitting very comfortably, hey? This is just, it's a lucky seat to be in. I mean, there's not a lot going on at the back here, but you can sit very comfortably. Let's quickly see if this fits in here. Unfortunately not. If you squeeze it, it will fit, but when the bottle is full, obviously it's not going to fit. But you can pop it here in the side of the door. It fits in there properly, and this is a 750 ml bottle, so your standard 500 ml will fit in everywhere. Let's jump into the front where the magic happens, and let's show you what this car offers, and I'll also explain to you what is a standard on your light, for instance. Let's have a look at what it looks like in the front of the Chery Tiggo 4 Pro. Immediately you can see here in front, so at the back you had a hard plastic over here. This is a nice soft touch, so a rubbery feel to it. You get a soft leather feel here as well, and also soft touch over here. I love the stitching with the white and the red at the bottom here. Just gives it a sportier feel to it, and also more premium or luxuriousness. When you're entering your Tiggo 4 Pro, this also lights up at night. When you open the door, when you unlock the door at night, you also get the Tiggo badge on the floor via an LED light. But also this lights up, so just welcoming you into your Chery Tiggo. Immediately you'll also see you get a 6-way maneuverability, automatic maneuverability for your seat, so electric seat, but only for the driver's side. And this is for the Elite only. So let's jump in and see what happens inside. And again, you can hear how solid that door is. Really guys, for the price point, it is really a solid car. I'm pleasantly surprised about what this car has to offer. Yes, for me, you get what you pay for in this car. Let's be honest about that. I mean, if you're going to look at this one specifically, it's 430,000 Rand odd, more or less, depending on if you buy a demo. So let's say from 400,000 Rand upwards, you really get what you pay for. It's not that sort of case where you pay R1 million for a car, but there's some shortness or you still have to add spec onto it. This car, you get everything that you need in this car, and also when you drive it, it feels like a 430,000 Rand car. It's really, like I say, you get what you pay for at the end of the day. And actually even more if you compare it to the other brands out there, even the brands, I'm going to say it, like VW for instance. You pay 800,000 Rand for that car, and you still have to put spec on it to get what you get in this car as standard on the 430,000 Rand price. But driving a VW Tiguan, for instance, the driving is a lot better. You can see it's a little bit more improved with VW. As we with this car, you'll see when we drive the car now what it feels like out on the road. Let me start up the car and show you some of the touches and some of the features in here. So let me just switch off the volume so before the radio starts kicking in. Standard on all of them, you get a leather steering wheel. You don't get leather seats standard on all of the cars. I think the Light and the Urban, they have cloth seats, but standard on your Comfort upwards, you will get leather seats, or pleather, artificial leather, that's actually the nicer word. But it's a beautiful layout. It's very simple. You get soft touch over here, so it gives the car a premium feel to it. So this is also, it's like a rubbery soft touch to it. So you can imagine after a few years, it won't start cracking like a hard plastic. Standard on all of the vehicles, you get traction control that you can switch on and off. You also get your hill descent control. On this specific car, you also can see this is spec'd with your DCT gearbox, so your dual clutch transmission. I'm not even sure how many gears you get. Let me see if I can actually run through the gears. Oh, it doesn't want me to run through the gears. And how do you know it's a DCT? So your DCT comes out with this funky knob over here, and also you get this extra storage space at the bottom over here. So your wireless charging is also here, only for the Elite DCT model, and then also some extra storage over here. So this is quite nice, but you only get this with your DCT gearbox. If you have the normal CVT, you'll see it's got a bigger gear shifter over here, and also with your manual also obviously a bigger gear shifter, and then you don't get the space at the bottom. You also get a nice phone holder over here, so you can just plonk your phone in there. Let me show you guys quickly. I have no idea where I put my phone. Oh, it's still at the back here. So just a nice holder there for your phone, or your key. You can just put your key in there. Also cup holders over here, but same like the others at the back. You can't fit this massive bottle in here, but for a nice cup of coffee, or actually just a 5 ml bottle, that works perfectly fine. And then your door as well, you can just plonk it in there and it fits in properly. Then armrest, if you open this up, you can see there's 2 USB ports in there. So one is for USB, that one is for file. I'm not even sure what that is for. I think because this car has navigation, you can probably put something in there for the navigation, but it does have an offline navigation system standard on the vehicle. And then this storage space also goes in quite deep in here. Moving to the front, with your Urban, with your Light, your Urban and your Comfort, you don't get this 7-inch screen. You get a 3.5-inch screen, so it's a little small screen on the inside with 2 round instrument clusters, or your classic instrument clusters. With your Elite, only with the Elite, you get the 7-inch digital screen, and then also you get the full digital screen. So you can also see standard on all the vehicles, you also get tire pressure monitoring, so it will always tell you what your tire pressure and temperature is on the tires. Multi-function steering wheel on all of the vehicles. The only thing is, from your Comfort upwards, you get you get cruise control as a standard, but you don't get cruise control as a standard on your light and your urban. But like I said, okay, so leather steering wheel, that's a standard, all of them. You'll also see this 12.5 inch screen, also it's a touch screen as well, guys, also standard throughout all the ranges, so this does not change. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, also a standard on all the vehicles, doesn't matter which one you buy. And another thing standard on all the vehicles is your automatic park brake. So this is also standard. Auto brake just makes life a lot easier when you're standing at the robot and you don't have to pull up any handbrakes or even on an uphill, for instance. Because this is the dual climate control, you also see it's a little bit different. You get this full fascia screen over here. So it's a little bit different compared to your normal urban and elite and all of that. So this one is the elite DCT, so, and I think also your elite SE will also have this with the dual climate control. So very easy to use. You just simply press that button over there, or you switch it back on and off. So easy to use, and it looks very nice. This looks luxurious. It looks like a black screen. If you switch it off, you just see these buttons over here. Another thing is the buttons over here feels like you literally in an aeroplane, guys. So you can go through your modes, your eco sport and normal mode. That's, you go through your different driving modes by pressing this button over here, only with the automatic gearboxes. Then navigation over here, and then of course you get your full 360 screen when you press this button. Let me quickly show you guys what it looks like. So I'm going to put my car in reverse. Here's your full 360 screen. So if I go into 3D, for instance, there's my 3D screen over there. Very clear. You can actually see everything going on around you. There's the beach over there. It is super crystal clear, and even if I do this, it will go all around the vehicle to show me exactly what's happening around the vehicle. Check there. Even in a big screen, you can see exactly in front. There's my rear view, and then of course, I don't know what that is. What did I press? So just, oh, rear view with your 360 on the side over there. So that's a nice one, but that's also only on the Elite SE and the Elite DCT. That's not a standard throughout all the ranges. Another thing that's standard, like I said, so auto headlights on all the vehicles. You also get your engine start stop is also a standard, because keyless entry is standard on all the vehicles. And then this fascia over here, I mean, the attention to detail, guys, it's sturdy, eh? Like, yeah, it will have one or two creaks, but it's a sturdy car. Like, everything is very sturdy. And look at the attention to detail. It even says Tiggo in there. I mean, did they really have to put it there? No, but they did. So I mean, you can't complain about that. Look at this big cubby and check, it opens up softly. Just look at how big that is. There's so many things that you can hide in there, it is not even funny. And listen to that, how solid is that? So guys, from a price perspective, this car is really, like, I'm blown away for the fact that what you get for the price is just like, you really feel like, yo, I spent my money on this car and I'm getting what I'm paying for, and that really blows my mind. You don't feel shortened or anything like that. That's what I really like about it, and it's such a nice drive. It's not the best in the world, but it's such a nice drive. You feel like you're driving $500,000 car. Let's just put it like that. It's really, I'm very blown away about that. There's a few things that I would like them to improve, but that will probably be with the Tiggo 6 or the Tiggo 8. That's probably an improvement over there. This is your entry level at the end of the day. Another thing with your Elite, only with the Elite upwards, you also get your sunroof. So this is a very small sunroof. It's nice and petite, just like that, and then you can also open it up. It can tilt, but I mean, it doesn't matter how big the sunroof is, guys. As long as you have a sunroof, that's all that matters. And then a thing that I always say is, a car is not a car if it doesn't have this. A place to put your sunglasses. I mean, every car should have that. I don't know why the other cars don't have that. BMW, there's something that you need to work on here, hey? This is a must. Especially with BMW drivers, they always wear sunglasses. I mean, they're real cooks sometimes. Let's quickly go to the front before we take it out for a drive. I just want to talk about the engine, then we take it out on the road. Okay, so getting to the engine, guys, let's have a look at what Chery has to offer. Let's first see how I can keep this up. I have no idea. It's always a struggle trying to find this here, right here. So right here, guys, all the way at the top. and then you just plonk it in there. This is your 1.5 turbocharged engine. So this one comes with the DCT box, but you get the 1.5 turbocharged also in your CVT box. So this is the DCT, but all your 1.5Ts have 108 kilowatts and 210 newton meters of torque. Then you also get your standard normally aspirated 1.5 or VVT. That also comes with the manual box, or you get that one with the CVT as well. That's 83 kilowatts and 138 newton meters of torque. Let's get out there, let's take this baby for a drive and feel what she's actually like out there on the road. Geez, now I'm wondering, is it a Chery or a Moda 5? I'm confused now. I'm just kidding, guys, obviously they're all the same. Ish. Driving the Chery Tiggo 4 Pro, I have to say I'm pleasantly surprised just sitting inside the cabin. For a very affordable brand or affordable car, there's actually a lot that this vehicle offers. I know for a fact, even at a standard point of view, you still get the same sort of feel, leather steering wheel and all the leather inputs. Well, it's actually artificial leather, but it gives you the leather luxurious feel when you're sitting inside the cabin. So like I say, I'm pleasantly surprised about it, because the car feels like an affordable, premium-ish sort of vehicle. And that really blows my mind, because at this price point, there's nothing that you can get, even from a premium brand, at a used point. You don't get all the features and tech that you get in this vehicle at half the price of even a used premium vehicle. So yes, a lovely place to sit in. Obviously there's a few points where you can actually realize that it's not a premium vehicle. It's not a BMW or an Audi or anything like that, but like I say, for the price point, these cars are about 420,000 rand, more or less. They start at about 270,000 rand, and if you take a car for 270,000 rand and it feels like this, that's an actual bargain. The only reason this one is a little bit more expensive, or at 420,000 rand, is the fact that you get everything standard on here. Not the same as with your SE. The SE has all the advanced driving assistance systems, or ADAS as they would call it, like that, but you still get what you need in this car, but and above. So DCT gearbox, dual climate control zone, soft touch points everywhere you physically have to touch the vehicle. That's the only reason why the price point is pushed up a lot with this vehicle. Also the artificial leather seats, but that you also get from your comfort upwards. So you get like your light or LIT, your urban, your comfort, and then your elite. So the elite is the top of the range, and then of course your elite SE, where you get your driver assistances, and then also your DCT, which is this one over here, the top range of all of the Tiggo 4 Pros. We're actually driving a little bit of uphill now, so I'm driving in the DCT box. I'm driving with the DCT box. It's a 1500 turbocharged engine with 108 kilowatts. So I just want to feel what it feels like going uphill. So this is quite a steep hill, but let's see. It takes it like it's nothing, eh? It's really comfortable. You can feel that there's a bit more strain on the vehicle, but it takes it like it's nothing. I mean, with the turbocharged 1500 engine, really a beautiful drive. You do get the standard 1500 with about 83 kilowatts. I'm used to that with my previous Mazda that I used to drive, which was also a 1500 with I think 85 kilowatts, and that was more than enough. It's plenty. Well, I won't say plenty of power, but it's enough power to get around. But when you get an uphill like that, you definitely do struggle. Or when you actually have to overtake a vehicle at a certain speed, then it also struggles a little bit. Whereas with this, the 1500 turbocharged engine, and of course this DCT box, it snaps into a gear quickly and it just jumps. DCT for me, it's a very nice gearbox to have, but at lower speeds, the car does seem a bit jerky. I don't know, it just, when you're not used to it, when you're used to a normal CVT box, then you feel the difference immediately. So DCT is very nice and snappy. It's very quick. I'm driving in normal mode now, so I can go to sport mode. Then it's very rapid. Like if I put my foot down now, you see it picks up immediately. Whereas in drive, it still has to decide and just tries and make it more comfortable. But with your CVT box, that's what you get standard in the automatic Elite or Tiggo 4 Pro, Elite and Urban, and also with your comfort. That's a much smoother gearbox. So driving low speeds, pulling away, you don't get that jerkiness or funny feeling when you have to pull away or overtake or suddenly get into a gear. You see, like now I'm in sport, now the car jumps around the whole time. So if you're not used to the DCT, it's a bit annoying. that's where I would actually choose the CVT. But the CVT makes a hell of a noise. That's the other thing about the CVT. So yeah, it's a bit noisy, whereas with this, listen to this, and put my foot down, going uphill, you see it's not as noisy. It's got a very good feel and sound to it. It feels like a premium car. It feels like a solid car. Let's not call it premium, but let's call it a solid vehicle. And oh my goodness, now I have to make a U-turn over here. Let's hope this vehicle doesn't roll over. I hate doing this. I absolutely hate doing this. Ek like nie hierdie nie.
Ja.
Guys, this does not feel good. This feels like I'm gonna roll over. Whew, my heart's racing. But in any case, look at this angle that I'm standing at. This is not lekker. Okay, there we go.
We made it.
We made it, but my heart's jumping. Like, I wish you guys could feel this. Jeez, but look at this view now. So yeah, that was totally worth it. And this is the other thing I wanted to test out. So all of these cars come standard with hill descent control. So I'm going to put my car in normal mode. You get eco, normal and sport, of course. So I'm going to put my hill descent control on. Let's see, HDC active. I'm going to release my brake. Let's see what happens. Fully releasing the brake there, guys. So the car is keeping a constant speed at about 10-11 kilometers an hour. So I don't have to keep my brakes in the whole time. I'm going to keep my foot there just in case something happens. You know, technology, you don't know what happens with technology. It might decide, today is not my day, and then phew. But guys, with Chery, I have to say these guys have been around for quite a while, and their main focus is engines and driver safety at the end of the day. So I don't even think that this car will glitch or anything like that. I think obviously with 9.5 million users around the world, or owners around the world, you can feel very confident in this brand and with its technology that it actually offers you. So yes, there we go. That was the hill descent control. I'm going to switch it back off again. That was actually very, very easy to use. I mean, that was nice. I don't have to focus too much. Just press the button and off you go. So here we go again. Listen to this now. In drive, this is your DCT box. Check how quick and easy it is. See, that's very quick and easy. That's what I like about a DCT. It's a very sportier feel, where your CVT box would have been a little bit more smoother and louder. But it depends on what you like at the end of the day. An older generation person would most probably like the CVT box because it's a smoother drive. Whereas with me, younger generation, we like the DCT because we like things happening fast, you know. We want to change gears quickly. While I'm standing over here, the car also has hill assist. So as soon as I release my brake, you'll see the car will stand still. And then as soon as I press the gas pedal, the car will actually start moving. So it keeps me there. I won't roll backwards at all.
According to my car.
Yeah, it's a very nice feature to have. It's very, very nice. Like, I'm going to do it again. So let's quickly stop here. So I'm going to stop here. Okay, well, it's not really much of an uphill now, but check, I'm keeping my brake in, release the brake, the car does not move, and then as soon as I press the pedal, it actually starts moving. One thing I have noticed is when the first time I drove the car, as soon as I turn the steering wheel, it is very, very quick. So it just like, it feels very loose at the bottom. That's one thing in general I actually found out about this car. When you go over a bumpy road, that Maserati is nice. When you go over a bumpy road or you're driving on a smooth tar and all of a sudden there's a bump in the road, the car does seem to feel a little bit of a vibration at the bottom. So it feels a bit loose. It feels like the suspension is bouncing around a little bit. It's not a major thing, but when you're used to other vehicles, you see when I don't have my hill descent control on, the car over revs a little bit. So it just sounds kind of odd. So that's quite nice with the hill descent. But in any case, when you're driving normally, you don't even notice that the car is smooth and solid. That is definitely something I can give this car. It feels like a solid vehicle. But as soon as I hit a bump, let's go over a bump here. Okay, I don't really feel it there now, but in any case, it was a small bump. But when it's a bumpy road, you feel the little bit of looseness under the carriage of the vehicle. Also, the turning is very sharp, so when I turn here, I don't know, it doesn't feel like it's directly to the steering wheel. So there is a bit of play. It's not direct. Here's a bump here. Let's feel. See, I'm driving a bit too slow to actually feel that bump. So when you're at low speeds, it's not really, I mean, this is more of a city car at the end of the day as well. So I guess you're not going to do high speeds all the time, but when you're driving 120 kilometers an hour and you want to swerve out, it does feel like the car jerks a little bit. So if you're not used to it, you will get a fright, but when you're used to it, then you don't really have to worry about it. The car will handle itself. It just feels odd the first time when you jump into it. That's just my personal opinion, being used to other brands and other cars that I've been driving. And we will drive on a gravel road a little bit later on, just to actually experience that bumpiness, because I want to feel what the car feels like, if it's going to be loose on a gravel road or what happens when we're driving on that surface. Brakes are quite good. If I hit the brakes, the car stops, so that's not a concern that I have. The first time I jumped into the car, it did feel like the brakes were a bit numb, but I was on a downhill and I wasn't used to the brake as yet. So when you get used to it, the brakes aren't numb at all. It's actually, it's when you press the brake, it brakes. And you must also remember, it is a bigger car at the end of the day, so you have to apply your mindset to the brake. So if you, and your speed, so if you're traveling at a certain speed, you must know, okay, I must hit the brake a little bit harder. The car does have emergency braking assistant, which means the force that you apply to the brake at a certain speed, the vehicle will actually apply more brakes if it feels that you're applying a lot of force and you're at a certain speed. So it will feel that it is an emergency now, and it will apply more force to the brake to make you brake sooner. And of course, with ABS and EBD, your brakes don't slip at all, so it will make sure that you stop as quickly as possible as soon as you thrash on those brakes. Yeah, so just traveling uphill through the curves, the car feels nice. It's got the electronic power steering, it's easy to maneuver around. Yeah, it's when you put your foot down, it goes uphill. I like this turbocharged engine with the DCT box. It works well in conjunction to each other. So let's go around this bend here. Look, it's not a sports car or a sports SUV. It actually is a sports SUV. That's what SUV stands for, sports utility vehicle. It doesn't feel like a BMW or an Audi or a Mercedes, guys. I'm going to be honest, but it feels as good as it can get with a vehicle like this. It's proper. When you turn the steering wheel, the vehicle turns. It's not like it's hesitating or wants to roll over or anything like that. It does bounce a little bit. There is a bit of body roll. It's not as solid, but I mean, like taking that corner there, the wheels feel like they, I don't know, it's a weird feeling. They feel like they're moving too far out, and then it feels like I'm sitting on top of the front wheels, if that even makes sense to you guys. Like when you're driving, if I take this corner here, yeah, it feels like I'm sitting on top of the wheel. Yeah, and I can't really notice where the wheels are, so it does feel a bit numb, but it's still more than what you need. I mean, if you're an average, everyday, regular driver, you're not a racer or a sporty driver like me, then you won't even notice it. Then it's actually such a comfortable, smooth drive. Then it's actually very nice. But for me, knowing about other vehicles and being a sportier driver, and I like my corners, like my speed, this does feel a bit numb to me. It feels like I don't have full control over the wheels underneath me. It feels like they're doing their own thing when I'm turning. But for a normal driver, let's say for instance like Megan that drives every day, and she doesn't always notice like the corners going into a corner, the weight and all of that, this is all you need, guys. The car feels safe and solid. That's all you need to know. Like, let's put it like this: if I travel 110 kilometers an hour around these bends, then I won't be too confident about that. So keep it slow, keep it tight, and then you'll be more than happy. So this is an everyday car. I mean, for the price you pay and everything, this is obviously an everyday car. It's not a car for speed and rallying and taking corners fast. It's an everyday car for everyday people. That's the gist of it, guys. So just another thing, while I'm driving, my driving position is also quite nice. I've got an electronic setting over here to move my seat around. So the seats are quite nice. This is a bit high up, but I mean, you are driving in a small SUV, so the higher you sit, the better, and the more you can actually see. It just doesn't feel like I'm sitting inside the vehicle. It feels like I'm sitting on top. That's possibly why the wheels are also feeling like I'm sitting on top of the wheels. But the driving position is nice. I'm not going to get tired or get fatigued when I'm driving long distance because I'm sitting upright, I'm sitting comfortably. It's a nice soft seat, firm and soft at the same time. The steering wheel can move in and out, up and down, so I can definitely get my perfect driving position. See there, I'm just sitting very comfortably. So this also makes you feel confident, and it makes the car feel safe inside as well, or inside the cabin. So yes, very comfortable to sit in, very comfortable to drive, and it feels and smells nice in here. Like, guys, if you don't know about premium brands, this will really feel like very close to premium. That's hands down. So tell me what your thoughts are. What do you think? Have you ever experienced the Chery Tiggo 4 Pro? What's your thoughts about this vehicle? Please comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if you have any concerns, so that other people that see this video or people that want to buy this car can also see what concerns there are out there from other drivers or other owners that actually have a vehicle like this. Maar ek wil nie hiervoor hulle almal So before we get to the gravel, let me quickly show you guys the speed. So I'm driving about 88 now. This is 100 zone. Let's see in normal mode how quickly I get to 100. So I'm gonna put my foot down. Okay, there's 100. So let's slow down a little bit. Let's go into sport. Let's go back to about 80. So let's see. I'm gonna put my foot down. 1, 2, 3. Now it picks up a bit quicker in sport. And there we on 100. So yeah, it's actually, I mean, it's more than enough for when you need to travel a long distance like we are doing now, just to get to that gravel road quickly. It's more than enough, but it's not like it's gonna push you back into your seat. I mean, it is a smaller 1.5 turbocharged engine, but it is more than enough for what you need for everyday use. Average fuel consumption over the 4,700 kilometers that this car is driven from the last trip, it's about 8.7 liters per 100 kilometers on an average fuel consumption. So not bad at all, guys. So that basically means this 1.5 turbocharged engine actually carries the weight of the vehicle quite well. So kind of impressed with that, I have to say. I mean, it's not the lightest, but you can still put it in eco mode, and then in eco at least you'll get a bit of a better fuel consumption. And also with the CVT box, you'll get better fuel consumption as well. The DCT is made for better fuel consumption at the end of the day, but it is a bit heavier than your CVT box. Now we're on the gravel road. So remember, like I just said, the vehicle's underpinnings are a bit, it feels like it's a bit bumpy or loose when you're traveling on a bumpy road. So I'm on a bumpy road now. I'm traveling 14 kilometers an hour, so it's very smooth at this moment. So I'm going to pick up speed and let's see what it feels like when we drive faster. So let's see. Yeah, immediately you can feel it gets a bit bumpier. But remember, the faster you drive over humps on a gravel road, it also gets a bit smoother. But you can feel and hear from my voice, it is a bit bumpier. But the car feels solid even though it's on a bumpy road. It's not bad. If I maneuver it around a bit, it's not bad. But I want to get to a bump where you can actually, yeah, it handles it quite well, guys. I think it's when you're traveling on a smooth tar road and all of a sudden you get a bump, then it feels like it's just bouncing around a little bit. I think the suspension might be a bit firm at the bottom, so it just tends to bounce a little bit. But like this, maybe the car knows it's on gravel now, so it's not too bad. That's why I actually want to see if I can find something. Yeah, I see there now. That's where the steering felt a bit numb. I actually got a bit of a fright going around that corner because I couldn't feel where the car was going. Yeah, I see it's a bit bumpy, guys. It's firm, but I can feel that it's bouncing around a little bit. But yeah, you see, the quicker you go, you're actually just going over the bumps, so then you don't even really hear or feel them. I don't know, do you feel them, Megan? Does it feel a bit bumpy? Feels smooth?
Ja, maar die kar voel agterstallig. Soos as jy die stuur wil draai.
Yeah, it feels like there's a bit of a delay when I turn the steering wheel. Yeah, definitely. See, like this is because I think it's too bumpy the whole time, so it compensates for it. It's actually not that bad. But when you get like a big bulge in a road, in a smooth road, then you feel it. I don't know how to explain it to you guys. I think you must actually drive the car to actually feel it. It feels like it jerks a little bit. But you can see there's definitely a bit of play. I mean, look at this. I'm doing this and the car's going straight. It feels a bit numb on the gravel road. Seen it. Here's some bumps here, let's see. Well, in all honesty, it actually took that quite well. So yeah, can't really complain too much about that. I think maybe the sand is too soft, I don't know. Oh. Yeah, see, the car does feel a bit loose though. It does. It's not like it's planted into the ground, but I mean, guys, for the price that you're paying for what the car is, it's really more than enough. I'm not going to argue or complain about this because it's actually not even that bad. Okay, see, like there, it's a bit. See, another corner here. Yeah, I'm very hesitant. And then some bumps. Yeah, okay. Now you feel them. Feel them. That's what I'm saying, guys. It's not a BM. It will never be a BM. But for what you're paying, oh, like I say, I'm not gonna complain about it. This is, for the price, it's really a fantastic car. I'm just gonna be honest about it. And just drive slowly on the gravel. Not like me. You don't have to be Michael Schumacher or Colin McRae, because obviously that's a rally driver. So you don't have to be like Colin McRae when you're traveling on a gravel road like this. There we go, guys. Thank you very much for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like, subscribe and share with your friends. Hit that notification bell for more notifications on uploads coming very soon. And guys, remember to comment and tell me what you think about this car, and also tell me if you own a car like this, what your thoughts are and what your concerns are, so that everyone can know everything about this car when they actually also want to purchase a vehicle like this. Thank you guys. I hope you guys have a lucky day. Stay safe. Peace.